What looks super easy but is actually difficult as fuck. Doing what you said you were going to do in the morning before going to bed. I'm never more of an optimist than I am at 2 a.m. setting an alarm for 7 and telling myself I'll exercise and make breakfast. Dancing. It looks so effortless and smooth when some people do it. You try to copy and end up channeling Elaine from Seinfeld. Anything that involves a board. Skateboard, snowboard, surfboard, board meetings, waterboard, controlling your laughter. My goodness, did I get in trouble for laughing when I was a kid? I repeat, I can't control my laughter if something is funny enough. Don't punish me for it. I now wish I could laugh uncontrollably like I used to, and when my current kid is old enough to laugh, I will have a better understanding of how these will be the good times he remembers. Acting. I see it whenever a non-actor makes a cameo on a TV show. Drawing something from memory, like a bird or something. Asterisk asterisk in mind. Yep, that's a bird asterisk asterisk. On paper, that's a bird. Everyone and their mother thinks they have a novel inside them until they have to sit down and write it. Writing 90,000 words is hard enough. Writing 90,000 words where everything ties together. Harder still. Writing 90,000 words that other people want to read. Oof. Writing a 1,000-word essay with a consistent argument, citing existing literature is hard enough, let alone a novel you just thought up in your head. And the fact authors write more than one is crazy. Some of the bosses in 2D video games like Hollow Knight or Cuphead. You look at a video and they look like something you do when you're bored. They're incredibly easy. But when you actually do it, you will go through a hernia and a half trying to actually beat the monsieur. Literally just opened Reddit after rage quitting Hollow Knight. And here it is mentioned again. Just can't escape. Stop procrastinating. I don't think I will truly overcome it. Quit smoking. How fucking hard can it be to just not do something? Yet, it seems like people tend to forget it's a mental addiction, habit as much as a physical addiction. The way that I've always found to explain this to people is ask them what minor thing they enjoy or do to unwind, like playing Minesweeper when that was more a thing, or even browsing Reddit. Now tell them that they're never allowed to do it again. If that doesn't put it in perspective for them, then challenge them to actually do it. Fortunately, no one's ever been so lacking in empathy or self-awareness that it's gotten that far for me. Personally. All that said, quitting is a great decision and totally worth it in the end to everyone currently struggling with it. The basics of guitar. I'm somewhat of an intermediate player now, but even forming easy chords and strumming them is difficult at the very beginning. Getting off Reddit and doing something with your life. Owning a pet, especially one you have to clean after. I'd say cooking. Seems simplistic, but there are so many ways that you can fuck it up. Definitely depends what you're cooking. A lot of people seem to think cooking is magic, but it's actually pretty damn easy to cook delicious bulk food. Thank you maggots cum too. Managing people. Shooting our shot. Oof. At a point I couldn't shoot my shot for 1.5 years. Eventually I did and it turned out how I wished. Sad thing was I waited so long to do it. Grammar. We all know about commas, but it's pretty complicated to use perfect grammar. Agreed. It can get confusing. There has to be an easier way to understand their rules and their proper placement. Asterisk the RIRE. Marching band. I'm sure there are plenty of people who think it's easy. I used to be one of those people. It's not as easy as it looks. Here's why. While marching you have to keep track of your position on the field, how close far you are from the others, where you're headed, added visuals, making sure you're in tempo, making sure you're marching in tempo, remembering the music gets easier over time, keeping track of rests and when to move again, your body position. When marching sideways you have to keep your waist and above facing towards the front. Step size. How many steps you have to your next position. Actually playing the instrument. Most people who are marching band are already on their 2 to 3 year playing. You aren't going to be a newbie and be able to play properly. making sure your form from the waist down is correct marching style. And there are other things too, but that's all I can think of on the top of my head. Marching band is multitasking extreme. It's fun though. It just takes practice. Me as a band mom being completely perturbed the crowd didn't appreciated the reversing spiral RHS marching band perfected. Also how my friends can't appreciate that picture I took of the perfect foot positions of the low brass during a parade. Ugh, they just don't know. Golf. You have a hard time drinking. No, that's curling. Pretty sure curling is a euphemism for drinking. Keeping a tidy house as an adult. I hate to say it, but now I understand why my parents got so frustrated when I wouldn't contribute more to the housework. It's like an endless cycle of dishes, cooking, dusting and fucking laundry. 1 star. Do not recommend. My wife and I have a decent system worked out for keeping the house clean. We also have a toddler, so that system can basically just go fuck itself every day. Playing the violin. I'm a violinist in a college symphony orchestra and have been playing for well over a decade. People occasionally come up to me and tell me that it can't be that difficult to play. Then I carefully hand them my instrument to fiddle around with. They're dumbfounded when they make horrendous sounds on it. And then they blame it on the multi-$1,000 instrument with a rich sound. Writing a story. I've struggled with this for years. But last year I sat down and created a full outline for my novel. I've now written over 25,000 words. It's 114 pages. The dream is slowly becoming reality. Teaching. People think because they sat in a classroom for 12 to 16 years of their life, they are experts in how to teach. No, you're not. There's more to good instruction than talking at students for a while. Even if that's what some lousy teachers do. Teachers are highly trained professionals. Please treat us as such. Indeed, people think anyone who becomes a teacher became one as their last resort, which is simply not true. They are indeed highly trained professionals that should be respected for being such. Living. #SCREWLIFE. Meditation. The exact amount of effort you use not to think is the amount of effort you expend on thinking. Resolution is to not grasp on thoughts nor reject them and let them arise. If they do, then they will calm down. It's like if you had an autofocus on a camera that focuses too close and too far until you gain an even focus. Getting up in the morning or taking care of your needs like food or water or basic hygiene when you have depression. Surfing. Woof. This one. I'm a lifelong water skier. I can do things on water skis and in wakeboards that most people can only dream of doing. Surfing is an entirely different beast. It's a much harder workout for one. But it also takes strategy, timing, and microscopic movements. Losing weight for sure. Flying in GTA San Andreas. That was considered hard. I haven't played it since I was a kid, but I don't remember ever having an issue with flying. GTA 3 on the other hand. Pretty sure GTA 3's Dodo was designed to be very hard to pilot. I mean, it barely has wings. Learning to laugh at yourself and be the joke. It can be tough, but there is nothing worse than someone who can tease others but not take it. Skateboarding. Jesus, I see all these tricks and I'll try them and eat shit. Same, can't even ride straight up for a few seconds. Lol. Playing a musical instrument. I have played piano, recorder and flute, and each time I get such a bad wake-up call. Yoga. Eating something that tastes great but has an awful texture. You can put it in your mouth and chew and smile without looking disgusted. But on the inside you're fighting your gag reflex for dear life. Curling. The Olympics make it look as easy as shuffleboard. But I've tried it. I could barely get the rock into the house. And I fell over many times before that happened. And of course, when I was sweeping, I had no idea what to do. Curling is one of those things where it's not hard to learn the very basics of the motions of delivering a stone. sweeping, etc. But the level of skill that Olympic-level curlers employ is something I'd need several lifetimes to approach. Archery. I've been shooting for a while now and I still miss. Wind is a bitch. It's really good if you can find a place without wind, get good enough that you can judge where an arrow is going to go accurately, and then go to a place with wind and practice judging how much you have to adjust for the wind in a shot. For archery there is a lot of little stuff that can throw you off as well. The angle of your arm, how you release, and how you hold the string can drastically change where the arrow is going to go, and only gets worse the farther you're shooting, and it only gets worse with wind. Wind is very annoying. I got a bullseye on my first try and just stopped, figuring there was nowhere left to go, haha. As someone who has spent 4+ years in this dog training, you think that getting a dog to sit or lie down is easy, but then once you try to get them to do it, something hasn't clicked with them about it. Plus, when you get into it and do more complex training, you find out how hard it is for them to understand. I pretty much despise teaching a dog to sit pretty. Running, jogging. You see people jog on the sidewalk in Greenway and it looks like it wouldn't be too bad. But then you try it and oof. Riding a horse. Trust me on this one. Seriously, not easy. Tilda sincerely. Every horseback rider on the planet came here to write this. Especially dressage, since it looks so effortless. You have to keep in mind that this is 500 kilograms of animal literally dancing at a wink of your finger. Plus about all of your core muscle strength. The key is basically to be relaxed yet use your muscles at full strength. To follow every move, but to sit absolutely still and praying to God that there won't be a leaf in the arena, because that can make your horse nope the fuck out in the blink of an eye. Love this sport. Swimming, treading water. Oh, it's just floating. What's so hard about that? Yeah, go ahead. Try that for an hour with implemented drills and being negatively buoyant. I remember on a sea survival course they made us jump into the pool wearing thick cotton boiler suits. Treading water is easy until you're trying to move the weight of all the wet cotton around us. Well, it was first time in my life I sank as soon as I stopped moving. Shooting a pistol accurately. Going to sleep for the unlucky those of us who take a while to finally drift off. Quitting porn. It's worth it no matter how difficult it is. Cutting someone's hair. Stylists make it look so effortless. Tried trimming my husband's hair in lockdown. Did not go down smoothly. Literally. Starting a fire with a bow and stick. Getting in touch with the unemployment office. Handstands. Before lockdown I joined a circus school and for some reason started with handstands. The whole group find it hard even though most of them are solid lumps of muscle. I am 41 and 2 stone overweight. The instructor is so encouraging and they all celebrate my minor successes as much as their amazing efforts. He said you have a bit of a bulk versus strength issue, but don't worry, we will work on that. Ice skating. Playing piano. Wouldn't say it looks easy though. Right. Who the fuck watches someone play the piano at anything above pure beginner and thinks that looks easy? True, but it still looks easier than it is. Submitting one's assignments on time. Being a NASCAR driver. Knitting, drawing and playing the piano. Sex. I disagree, it's incredibly easy, so long as both parties are very attracted to each other. Digital art. I can't seem to get the same line quality and control as I do when I am drawing on paper. I also use a tablet without a screen, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. But without being able to feel the texture and grip that I get from paper, I feel my pen is slipping all the time. Digital art isn't real art. There's that shift key that makes lines straight and it's not real. You need to feel it with your fingertips. You need to smell it with your nose. Quote. Disclaimer. That is a shitpost of sorts. I don't actually think like that. No, the computer doesn't do everything for you. Haha, yeah, people who criticize digital art that way tend to usually not know what goes into creating it. It's definitely frustrating. Rocket League. Writing Ace Attorney online cases. Grooming a dog? Yeah, see, that doesn't look easy at all. At least to me. I tried to buzz mine down completely. She lays on the counter and lets me do it. It's still a mess. My groomer is an angel from heaven who deserves to make more dollar. Especially since there are so many lengths and textures. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.